Hello everyone. Today we will see deploying JasperReports Server on Kubernetes. So in this video, we are going to explain how to deploy JasperReports Server with PostgreSQL as a container in the same cluster. To do this, we need two Docker images, that is Jasper Server Web App and Jasper Server Buildomatic. I hope you have created the image. If not, please check out the video Creating Docker Images for JasperReports Server, where we have explained how to create Docker images for various scenarios. Let's jump into the demo part. Okay. Now under JS Docker repo, you can see each and every step mentioned. You can use this as a guide to deploy JasperReports Server on Kubernetes. These are the prerequisites which is required to deploy our application in Kubernetes. And here you can find the step-by-step guide. So I will jump into our use case. So this is our use case for today to deploy application using PostgreSQL container in our Kubernetes. So first we have to clone our JS Docker repo. Also, we will be requiring our bin.zip folder in the same directory from where you need to deploy. For example, here I have mentioned my JS Docker repo and my bin.zip repo under the same directory. Okay. Once you are done with that, then you can see these are the steps we will be requiring to create our Docker images. We can create our Docker image with the help of this command, but before creating the Docker images, please make sure that you need to update the DB host value with your repository hostname under default master properties. Here, this is the part for default master properties. Okay. So if you can see here in default master properties, I have set my DB host value as this, which is required for my use case. You need to update this value as per your use case. Same way, we have to update our env file as I mentioned in the guide. We can update the env file if we need to change the tags, version and Chromium installation, etc. Whatever is your requirement, you can update as per your requirement. This is the Chromium details. This is my version and this is my tag details. And this is a Tomcat base image as well as the JDK base image. You can mention as per your requirement. Once we are done with these two changes, we are good to create our Docker image. So we can create a Docker image with the help of Docker Compose command. If you want to see more about this customization and Chromium and other properties, you can refer this document. So now you can see I have my these two images ready. This is my repository name and this is my tag name. Okay, so once we are good with the image, we will move further. Okay. Okay, so now I have my two images created. One is Jasper Server Web App and another is the Jasper Server Buildomatic. Both have this tag is 9.0. Okay, so now we are done with the image creation part. We will proceed further. So now we have to push the built images into the repository. For example, I'm using AWS as a cloud platform. So I will be using ECR, which is the Elastic Container Registry, which can be used for our EKS cluster. So first we need to tag the images and then we will push the images. To know more about the tag and push command, you can see this Docker document. Here you can find the commands to tag and push. So first we will create the ECR in particular region. So I will go to my ECR. I will click on create. So once I open my ECR, here you can select the repository name. You can provide any name as per your requirement. I'm using this, then we'll go down. Okay, then I will click on my create a repository. So now we can see our repository is created under this name EKS On Demand 354. So now I will go into my repository. Okay, so now we can see we don't have any images as of now as we haven't pushed anything. So here from view push command, you can see the reference first. Okay, so we will go to the view push commands. So here you can see, first we have to authenticate our token and authenticate to our Docker client to our registry. So we need to use this command. So I will copy and I will first login. Okay, so I will run this command to log into our ECR registry. Okay, so now we can see our login is succeed. So we will proceed further to tag and push our image. Okay, so our login is succeed. After that, we can tag our images and we can push our images. You can find the command from here and you can use this command to tag and push. So I will use this. So I will use this command. So we will be tagging our Jasper server web app image as web and then we will push. Okay, so my tagging is successful. We can check with the help of Docker images command. So now we can see our image is tagged as a web. Okay, same we have to do for the Buildomatic image. Same way we will use this command to tag our Buildomatic image. So here now we can see we have the two images, which is 4 images. 2 are the tagged images and 2 are the original images. Okay, so we are done with the tagging. Now we will proceed to push our images to the repository. Okay, so now we are pushing our image to our repository. Okay. Okay, now we can see our images pushed. We will go and check on our ECR. So okay, now we can see in our ECR we have one image which is known as the web. So we will push our Buildomatic image same way. I will run this command. Buildomatic image is also pushed. We can go and quickly check to the. Okay, so now we can see both our images is ready. Okay. So next step is we have to update the values.yaml file, which is present under this location, and we have to change our image name and tag name. Okay. So we'll go to our values.yaml. So here I have write my tag name as a web and image name as the, this is my image URL. You can copy this URL from here. So for a web, you can copy the image URL from here. Same for Buildomatic, you can copy this image URL from here. So same thing we'll do for the Buildomatic. Okay, here I have given my image name as tag and image name is the image URL. So we are good with the changing our image name and tag name in our values.yaml file. Okay, after that we need to paste our obtained license in this folder. Whatever the license you will get, you need to place under this location, under secrets, under license. So I will copy my license. So you can see I have my license pasted at this location. Under secret, there is a license. Okay. So now we are good with the licensing part. Then we have to add the key store. So you can generate the key store either using the two methods. You can check from here what are the two ways you can generate a key store. If your key store doesn't exist, you need to generate a key store. You just need to follow the instruction, whatever they have mentioned here. For example, we have the two steps. Either you can generate a key store with the help of JasperReports Server installer, or either you can create a key store with the help of Docker run. So currently I will run with the help of this. You just need to update our JRS version here, and you can refer any step. You just need to follow the entire step. And if you run this command or if you run this command, the key store will be generated in our user home directory. We need to copy that key store in our Kubernetes secrets path. You just need to make sure we have the sufficient permission of a key store. For example, you should have a 644 that is a read-write access. Okay, so we will generate a key store from this command. Okay, so to generate a key store, first we need to go to the bin.zip file under that Buildomatic. As I mentioned, I will use this second Docker run command. It will take few seconds to generate our key store. Once the key store is generated, we can copy our key files and we'll paste in that location whatever they have mentioned. Now we can see our build is successful. I will paste my generated keystone under this path. Okay, now you can see I have copied my this two key store, which is the key store will be generated in this format .jrsks.jrsksp. Okay. So as we can see, we are good with all the configuration which will be required to deploy. We are done with the licensing part as well as we are done with the key store generation. Now we will move to the Kubernetes part. Okay, now we'll move to the Kubernetes part. Deep will guide you further for this part.
Thanks, Rutuja. Okay, so once we are done with all the configuration, we will proceed with the following path. We need to go to this path. Once we are located to this path, we need to add dependency chart repositories. So we will do it with the help of this following help commands. So, okay. Okay, so we are done installing dependency chart. So now we will be using as PostgreSQL as DB. For that, we need to run the following command. Okay, so it will take up some time. Okay, so now we are good with the update part. We'll proceed with it with installing PostgreSQL chart. For that, we will use the following command. Currently, we are using Postgre version 11.9.13, as you can see. Okay, so we'll further proceed with this installation. By using the command to kubectl get pods, we can see that our PostgreSQL pod is still in the container creating state. Now, as you can see, it is up and running. With the use of helm list command, we can see that PostgreSQL repository chart is deployed. And you can see the app version in the chart in the PostgreSQL version 11.9.13. To check the password for the Postgres, we will run the following command. You can see that the password is Postgres. So yeah. The PostgreSQL is up and running. We'll execute the After PostgreSQL is up and running, we'll execute following command and install. It will take up some time to install and set up DB. And it will take some time to install JasperReports Server, JMS, and other add-ons that are mentioned over in the steps. In the background, we can see which pods are up and running. By using this command kubectl get all, we can see which of the pods are running and which are in the still in completion state. Here we can see that two pods are running. and one of Buildomatic pod is still in the completion stage. As you can see, we can see that all the pods related to JRS is up and running. We can run below command to get the JasperReports Server URL. We'll need that URL to run the JasperReports Server. Here we got the link for running the JasperReports Server. We'll hit that link. As you can see, we have successfully installed JasperReports Server. We will use super user as a login and a password to log in into JRS. Also, we can log in with the help of Jasper admin and Joe user. So once we have successfully logged in the about JasperReports Server, we can see that product was build date and expiration date. Also, with the help of JRS, we can create ad hoc views, report dashboard, etc. as per your requirement. By the help of this command, we can also see the current running pods. By using kubectl logs, we can check the logs in the background of any of the selected pods. So we will type here the pod name. And we hit that command. We will see all the logs related to that command. With the help of this logs, it will be useful for debugging purposes related to that pod. Okay, so here we conclude our demo. Thank you.
Thank you.